Oh, we're on a bigger face. Oh, that scared me then when we were side on. Welcome to Gets My Goat. It's just the three of us tonight. Look at that. A cheeky threesome. We've lost Dee Maxwell. She's having technical issues. So if you're near Glasgow, please go and buy her a new iPhone and send it round. She's got lots of shows to do. But we have got the fantastic Esther Manito back. Hello, my love.
Hello. Right? Yes, good, thank you. How are you?
Remind us where you are in the UK, Esther.
I'm in London.
London, babes, London. We've got the lovely Danny Postil. All right, Danny?
I'm good.
He's like a rose between two thorns.
Oh, how lovely.
Izzy fuck. Danny, remind us where you are in the UK.
I'm in Hartlepool, and the weather has been delightful today.
You never want to visit. This Gets My Goat. It's just going to be the three of us tonight, which is fine. Perfectly all right with that. This is a show that chats about things that gets on people's goats. We'd like to push Danny to his limits. He's looking quite sort of calm today, which is
my blood pressure's going to go sky high because obviously there's only three of us, so I've got more to talk about.
You know exactly. What I mean? This is the reason we bring you here. We try and break you every week. So this is the week we're going to do it. If you're watching at home, please share the link so we can get more viewers. You can also donate and you can also join in live as we go on. So please comment, tell us where you are in the UK or around the world, and we will get your comments. Jim will put your comments along the bottom. So we're going to go straight off. Esther will go for one of yours. Hi, Christine. Esther, topless men in the summer. Tell me about it.
Do you know what? I put a tweet out about this, and I lost followers about it. Lots of guys feeling quite angry that I'm slagging off topless men. I just feel like if women walked around topless, can you imagine the amount of ogling and harassment that we would get? However, men don't get any ogling and they get no harassment, and it's for one good reason: it doesn't look good.
Not even a sexy man with a six-pack?
It's not those guys walking around topless though, is it? Let's be fair. Let's just call a spade a spade. And they're always very pink, very
clammy,
pink
sweaty skin.
And if they walk around topless, they then automatically assume that they have the right to kind of be more as they walk down the street. And obviously we're trying to do social distancing. And I'm like, well, I can't distance because you and your massive moves are taking up most of the fucking pavement. So it pisses me off.
What do you think about a wife beater?
Oh, I prefer a wife beater to a topless man, I've got to say.
What about a topless man with a wife beater tan?
Oh, that is literally orgasm. Oh, that's sexy, isn't it?
That's the combo, isn't it? That's the combo.
Yeah, that's the combo that you want.
Danny?
Carrying a can of Triple X as well, Castle X.
Lovely. Danny, are you ever one of these topless men?
Only if I've been working out, because I feel your pain, right? If I haven't been on a diet and I've been eating crap and I've put weight on, my moves, like you said, just get out of control, and I'm like, do you know what? I haven't been in the gym, and it doesn't look very nice. Do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking I really don't want people to see that. But this is from me personally as well. But no, I completely get what you're saying. And also the people who do want to walk around are generally people who are over the age of 65. They're on holiday in Benidorm, and not only are they walking around with a top off, they're walking around with a pair of Speedos, and it's just obviously the belly covers the Speedos. So the only reason you can see, the only way you can tell they've got Speedos on is because you can just see the side bits. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just not particular. But when you were saying about the wife beaters with nice bodies walking around and they've got a kind of 4X in their hand, if I'm honest with you, people who generally drink lager all the time or 4X generally don't have bodies like that. So I can imagine those type of bodies are really hard to come by, because when I drink lager, I start getting a kite on me, and I'm thinking, my God, if I start drinking any more lager, I will end up looking like that Buddha statue over there, because I'm bald as it is. Do you know what I mean? And I know it's not a very pleasant sight for people to see.
The thing is, I agree with Esther so much on this. And also, I don't want people topless in my shops. If I'm shopping, I don't want naked people stood next to me. And like you said, we can't do it as women. So why are men allowed to do it? And my favourite topless man I ever saw was in a park in Edinburgh during the Fringe, and he topless with a pair of Scottish shorts on, and he had a tattoo of a penis just coming out at the top of his shorts, so it looked like his cock was on his stomach. But that's Edinburgh for you. Do you expect anything less? It was my favourite. It was my favourite.
And also, when you're in Spain as well, like, you know, some days you think, oh, we're not going to go out today and have something to eat. We're going to sit on the balcony. We're going to get some sandwiches. We'll have some, I don't know, what's that meat that they have in Spain? We'll have some of them sandwiches. Chorizo, that's the one. We'll have some chorizo sandwiches. That's how we say it in Italy, called chorizo sandwiches. And as you're walking over to the fridge that sells the chorizo, you can see that man that we've been talking about, and his belly is hanging over the fridge, and you're like, oh, mate, come on, please. Do you know what I mean? Supermarkets and people with the top, it's bad enough on the beach, do you know what I mean? But when their belly and their tits are hanging over a fucking...
Another thing with me is in the car, I can't stand seeing topless men in the car, because all I'm thinking is they've probably got no pants on either, and they're just sat there naked, and they're enjoying it because people don't really know.
Well, I suppose it does give freedom. It's quite nice. Not that I'm not naked. Do you know what I mean?
Esther?
Danny's really regretting that penis tattoo.
Like, exactly. I miss it.
Danny, I thought that would get loads of minge.
We're talking about, well, you've just said minge there. That segues us nicely into one of Danny's subjects, Esther. Thank you very much for that. Danny, something that gets your goat is pubes. Tell us about it.
Pubes are a very interesting thing, right? Because when you were like 11, or when I was 11, anyway, you know what I mean? It would be a taboo subject at school, wouldn't it? You're just finishing primary school, you're going into secondary school, and you're like, oh, and your mate tells you that he's got pubes, and you're like, oh, have you got pubes? And then you'd lie. Yeah, I've got pubes as well. Well, Gizzy, look, no, I'm not showing you my pubes because I didn't have none then. Do you know what I mean? So you wanted pubes so you didn't get bullied. And then when you get pubes, you want to shave them off because they're just irritating. I just don't like pubes. I don't see the point of them. I just think they're just there, like they've just got no purpose. Yeah, exactly, Karis, exactly. When it comes to what, I mean, especially now in lockdown, I mean, I don't mean to go into too much information, girls, but I mean, if you get waxed normally, like my missus says, you know.
I was going to say, your missus she's a dancer, so I'd imagine she's quite well groomed.
Yeah, it's like a money box normally, right? But during lockdown, it's like fucking trying to kiss Ozzy Osbourne. You know what I mean? It's a bit, but she won't shave because obviously because of the fact that it's. I've just realised that her mum might be watching this.
Too late now.
It is. Fuck it. I might as well carry on.
Yeah. Carry on talking about going down on her daughter or your daughter.
No, we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. But it's
we already got there.
Because if you just she says if you just shave it and not wax it, it's sort of you get ingrown hairs and stuff like that. So she's letting it go. So please, Boris, open salons fucking very sharpishly, please, for me.
Do you get yours waxed? Danny?
Yes, Esther. Thank you.
I used to.
So what do you do with yours?
Well, I trim it. Now because she doesn't like it fully off. So I trim it only because that's her request. Do you know what I mean? But I used to get the whole lot waxed, but Amy won't let me do it anymore because she said I'm not having a woman, you know, waxing. You know, I used to get the back. I used to get the lot done.
I'm of the mind that the more that covers that area on a bloke, the better, because otherwise it's just like saggy ball sacks.
Yeah, it's not. Scrotum is not exactly. It's not exactly a sexy thing, is it?
Process.
Say again, Danny?
Then it's a saggy ball sack, but if you are, it's quite a nice smooth one, if I'm honest.
Okay, Esther, tell us about pubes.
I don't. Oh God, I'm 90% pube. I mean, everyone's like, oh, you've got such gorgeous hair. Yeah, because I have fuckloads of body hair. I mean, it does look like I've got Leo Sayer down my pants. It's proper large hairy minge is what I've got going on. It's everywhere.
And you've got a husband, haven't you, or partner?
I do.
How does he feel about your Leo Sayer?
I haven't asked him, and I wouldn't expect him to ever voice his interest in that. And if he did, he wouldn't be my husband for much longer. If he was like, why don't you go and get waxed? I'd be like, well, Why aren't you Mel Gibson?
Does, does he have a one-on-one with you, Thea?
Does he have a one-on-one with Will? Well, if he can get through. It's a little bit like, you know, in the film Sleeping Beauty, where he's got to like hack through the forest to get to the woman. That's
like Colin being a astute man. I noticed some grey hairs down there, so I'm now smooth as an Egyptian cat. Interesting. Now, as a single lady, obviously, I can just grow mine to my heart's content. The last time I did any topiary down there was in Australia a few months ago, because I had the beach to go to. What's worse on me is that as much as I've got a lot of front pubage, that ass is in a world of its own.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I probably got ass hair longer than my head hair, to be honest. Yeah. And like I can feel it, but I can never shave it off because for some reason it just eludes me. So I just sort of brush it with a hairbrush, and it's I'm just telling you.
Do you not sort of cock the leg up maneuver and try it that way?
The thing, look, all the times, because when I used to have sex, like years ago, I used to like it doggy style, and now I'm thinking all those times I never realised how hairy my ass was. So that's where we are.
I know a bloke who's 96, right, and he says he likes he's always loved it hairy, but I think back in the day there was no such thing as waxing. And I mean, when did waxing come in? I
don't think I'd ever have it waxed. I occasionally trim it. I've got my brother's clippers at the moment because I was doing my undercut. I might give that a whiz round and give them back to him. But don't tell him. Nobody tell him. If you're watching this at home, please share the link. You can get us some more viewers, which would be lovely. You can also live comment, and Jim will put your comments along the bottom if you've got anything to say that gets on your tits at this particular moment in time. I'm going to go to one of my subjects now. DIY in lockdown. Now, talking about this sounds like a good thing. We're getting lots of stuff done. We're decorating, etc., etc. What gets on my tits is the moment you have a bit of downtime, you've got nothing to do, have a little sit out in the garden, and then somebody mowing, drilling.
I know.
And it's not like a little bit, it's
everyone's like proper going at it.
Yeah.
They're really going
and I don't mind it, but I'm thinking, why couldn't you do it when I'm not here?
Yeah.
Why you wait? You obviously watch until I've left, and then do it for the 10 minutes I'm out, and then stop. But your garden looks lovely. I used to have this problem with my my neighbour where I used to live. She used to mow the lawn about 7 times a week. We only had small gardens, and to the point where I was going to smash her skull in with a spade. So anyway, I'm doing my own DIY, don't get me wrong. But I do quiet DIY. I do a bit of painting, which here, or a bit of moving stuff around, but not like making shit from scratch. Esther, have you got any?
There's a lot of banging and drilling. I'm like, is everyone else just building their own ark? Like, it's panic, just build a boat. Everyone just get outside and start building boats. There's a lot of wood coming in and out. A lot of people
not wood in a good way.
Well, as we know, it'd have to be made of steel to get through my fucking forest. But
Danny, are you doing any DIY?
I am shit at DIY.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Amy does not let me get involved with any DIY. However, our neighbours have just got new pavings in the garden, so they've given us their old pavings. And obviously, comedians at the moment don't have an income, so I'm thinking jackpot. So we've digged the garden up, and obviously we've put the pavings up. Then they had some decking they didn't want. I was like, fucking great. So we've got some free decking. But Amy is like, I just do the digging and the lifting. I'm good at all that, and then I just shove it all in the skip. But Amy's good at sort of, being the forewoman, if you like, telling me what to do. But like, I know what you're saying. I can't stand it when people are constantly in the garden, and also they've got a lovely garden, but they're constantly in the garden going, oh fucking hell, this little petal on the rose.
They don't enjoy it.
Roses in the garden hasn't been watered. I'm like, for fuck's sake, do you know what I mean?
They never sit back
enjoy your garden.
Enjoy the garden. I will just say this. Obviously, it's a single parent. It's just me and my son. And I always try and get him involved with DIY because, one, I don't want to do it all my fucking self. And two, he needs to learn. So he ends up doing stuff with me. And I tell you what, you blokes are very clever at things like that. And he goes out of his way to fuck it up just so I'll get him to stop. So we were painting the shed the other day, and what's that? A shed, isn't it? Shed with panels, just left to right, innit? Just left to right. He was around the other side. There was a penis on there. There was a big heart on there. And I step away from the fucking shed because I'm going to kill you. I'm going to drown you in the paint. If you're watching this at home, please share the link. We're going to go back. Oh, we get more viewers, and you can also donate. We're going to go back to one of yours, Esther. Yours, Esther. Little boys' t-shirts. Tell us what fucks you off about these.
Why is it that, like, because I've got a boy and a girl, and whenever I buy my girls' clothes, like, there is a lot of like stupid stuff, like a lot of t-shirts with stupid slogans. But whenever I go to buy my son's clothes, and Kerry's, you've got a son as well, I really struggle for something that's like not really predatory. Like everything's just like, I don't know. Like I went to a kid's party, and there was a little boy running around with a t-shirt with "I only date hot models" on it. I was like, who the fuck's putting their son in that? What's wrong with it? It's all like, little rebel, little terror. Basically just t-shirts with like, I'm an absolute fucking prick. I'm gonna fuck you up. And all the girls are supposed to have t-shirts with like, I just love unicorns. All I do. And the boys are just running around with like, I will fuck you over. And I'm just, no. Why is everything camouflage? Why is everything aggressive? Just let them have a monkey on it or whatever it is. Why does it have to be? You must find this with
having a boy and a girl. This is the one thing you miss out on where if you've got a boy, there's just I've got three nieces, and I love shopping from because I'm like, oh my god, they can wear a dress or a skirt or a t-shirt or shorts or leggings or jeans, and then there's a boy's clothes they can wear a top and bottoms.
But it's always brown. Okay. It's just brown or camouflage. It's like, why am I constantly dressing my son for war?
Oh, because that's where they need to go to learn discipline. Danny,
get where you're coming from on that, because there are certain kids like when they've got, they've just got a week-old fucking kid and they're buying him like a Newcastle United fucking thing that what them things the babies wear. They're not
like a romper bodysuit.
Yeah, like a bodysuit. And I'm going, he's not even old enough to talk yet. He's just shitting and laying there. He hasn't even got an opinion yet, so stop trying to fucking force a football team on him. And you're right about this thing where, it's like kids are just going to grow up to be aggressive. It's like when people say about, these kids, they play on video games and it encourages them to be violent. You know what I mean? To be fair, I think that is bollocks in a way, because I've played Monopoly all my life and I've never ever wanted a house in Mayfair.
Park Lane, no, Old Kent Road. I can see you.
I never want Hartlepool all the way.
You're in the free parking fucking with your caravan. Danny, just quickly talking about boys' clothes, men's clothes. I don't think I've ever seen you in any colour. Do you have colour in your wardrobe?
I don't. I am a male version of a plain Jane, if that makes sense. Because I'm just like me, like my mates, they've got to have the designer stuff. They've got to have this. They've got to have that, right? I had a suit, I wear suits when I'm gigging. Some bloke went to me, oh, mate, I'm loving that suit. Where did you get it from? I went, Next. Everyone was expecting me to go, oh, yeah, I got it from Savile Row in London. Do you know what I mean? A lovely print. No, I got it from Next. I'm happy to get it from Next. It's a piece of fucking material. Why would you want to spend a shitload of money on a little fucking name tag? I think it's
I hate clothes shopping. I absolutely hate it.
That was it. It's one of your next one. We'll go on to that in a second. Actually, just go on to it now, Esther. People who think clothes shopping is fun, tell us you hate clothes shopping.
I really do. When people go, we'll have a nice day out, treat yourself. We'll treat ourselves. We'll have a nice day out clothes shopping. And you're like, why is going to a crowded shopping mall like Westfield or going to Oxford Street where it's absolutely heaving and it's hot and you've got to change and you're getting hot and you're sweating and you're carrying bags and you're spending money. You're like, how the fuck is that relaxation? How is that relaxation? If I don't get an advert advertising, literally the only time I buy clothes is when I'm scrolling through Instagram and I'll see something and I go, I might buy that. That's it. I literally live in my husband's old clothes. That's all. I hate clothes shopping.
how the fuck have you got Leo Sayer in your pants? You're wearing your husband's clothes and he's still there with
How
you.
am I not a massive? I know. I
You-
should be a lesbian. I should be a lesbian. And this is how you know sexuality isn't a choice, because if it was a choice, I would live with a woman.
Exactly. My Esther, I'm going to annoy you now, because when I used to live up in North Wales, my treat for my birthday every year was driving to the Trafford Centre in Manchester and spending the whole day there shopping. So we'd spend easily, and I'm saying easily, 10 hours at the Trafford Centre. We'd get there, we'd have lunch, we'd go shopping, we'd stop for a coffee, we'd
I
do
would
some more shopping.
rather walk naked through the fires of hell.
Yeah,
honestly, it's
and
like
going back to the boys' clothes thing as well, because I like a lot of colour. I make Callum, my son, wear a lot of colourful stuff as well, and he was always moaning about how his men's dressing gowns are always navy, black, grey, brown, and he's like, why can I not have like a bright colour dressing gown? So since then, he's been wearing Tesco girls' dressing gowns with unicorns on, rainbows, and he thinks they're men's ones. Unfortunately, he thinks they've designed a range specifically for men that want to wear colour. But no, he's just wearing age 15 to 16 Tesco girls unicorn dressing gown, and he loves it. It's all good.
Him.
You never go to the shops as well. No.
My boy's called Callum as well.
Oh, there we go. Look, good. Right, Danny, we're going to go on. If you're watching at home, please share the link. You can join us live as well with your live comments. And Kim from Comedy Hotspot put the live comments on the bottom. Share the link, and you can also donate if you want. I'd rather go to Wall and go shopping in the Primark sales with the other half. This is the thing as well. You're saying about shopping. I can just see when Primark opens in Bristol. We've got one of the big ones. So a 4-story one, 3-story one. When that opens next week or the week after, is there going to be queues, or are people going to be avoiding it? I'd like to say people will be like, do you know what? I'm not really going out at the moment. Do I need to pop down Primark and get a top for £1? I don't think I do, in case I pass COVID on to somebody else. What I am going to see on the Bristol News next week will be the queue that goes from Primark in Bristol all the way up to Gloucester. I think the queue for Primark when it opens is going to be fucking insane.
And the headline, COVID-19 for the price of a tenner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Danny, so we've got another one of your subjects. Buses. Tell us about buses.
Right, listen.
Bus wanker.
I don't mind buses, right? I don't mind getting on buses. The problem I have with buses, right, is when they stop at traffic lights and I'm walking along the street alongside the bus, because I don't know what it is, but everyone just seems to fucking look at me like I've committed a crime and I don't know what the fuck I've done. They all just seem to stare at me, and then I begin to question myself if I've fucking done something wrong. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm going, what the fuck have I done? Do you know what I mean? Just because I happen to have walked home from town and you've decided to get the bus, I just feel like there's this awe of people just fucking looking at me like I'm a criminal.
Do you never think there could be a small chance that they might be looking at you because they remember you off the telly? Because I'd be like, yeah.
No chance. You know why? Because all bald people look the same, Carrot. That's why.
Like rapists and serial killers.
Race of people, and we're all going to be doing
like thumbs.
And we're going to have fucking bald pride before long, the way it's gone. You know what I mean? But I don't mind that because it's quite nice. I've become a race of people. But I don't know why. No, I don't think it's that at all. I don't think it's that at all. It's not only that. It's since I was a kid. You know what I mean? I'd be walking along with my mum and I'm like, fucking hell. Unless my whole family are criminals and they haven't told me anything about it. Do you know what I mean?
But I think people on buses do just stare out the window.
They do.
Yeah. They're not looking at you. I think they're just looking. Just like, what am I doing on this bus? I want to get off this bus.
Or I'm just drinking too much alcohol and getting paranoid with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Talking about buses, though, if you ever do get on a bus, a double-decker, where do you sit if the seat's empty?
It's got to be the top.
Yeah, top at the front. Pretend you're the driver.
I mean, what kind of imbecile would get on an empty bus, go upstairs, and not sit in one of those front seats?
I know.
Because it's like driving the bus.
You've
What
got
are you going to do that for? Again,
I know.
we don't really have buses around here. We probably have one every 6 weeks, which is quite nice. That's how we roll in the Cotswolds. I'm going to do another one of yours, Danny. Not enough leg room on the front. Yes, there is. There's plenty. You put your feet up on the bloody windshield.
That's quite nice when you do
just
that.
You have the seat to yourself. You make sure nobody else sit next to you, so you lounge across the seat. This is good. If you're watching at home, please can you share the link so we can get more viewers, and you can live comment. You can join in at any time. Tell us what gets on your tits, what gets on your goat, and you can also donate if you can afford to do so. Nanny. Well, it says something else then. Analogies that don't make sense.
Yeah, or in other words, exaggerated analogies that people say. And to be fair, we've done a couple tonight. Do you know, I always land myself in this shit, don't I? Last week it was beards, and Alistair had a beard. And it was like you were like, come on then, Danny, fucking go on. Let's hear what you've got to say about beards. Do you know what I mean?
Put your foot in it, mate.
Wasn't awkward in the slightest. No, it's like, you know, when people talk about queues, right? There was a good couple of months ago, and there was a massive queue, and my mate went, I would rather stick my testicles in a bucket load of scorpions than stand in that queue. I was like, no, you wouldn't. You would rather stand in the queue for an hour, get your food that you would need to get, and still have your testicles. And another one people say is, I'd rather stick fucking pins in my eyes. No, you wouldn't. You'd rather stand in the queue and you would rather still have eyesight. You know what I mean? But the worst one that my mate says is, I'd rather shit in my hands and clap. I don't think you would. You know what I mean? I would rather shit in my hands. I mean, I've just got saying that though. There are people out there who would probably do that just for a laugh, just to get a shitload of fucking views on TikTok. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sick. Imagine that video.
Yeah. I mean, I actually, if anyone wants to do it, fucking feel free. But you know what I mean?
You're thinking it's not already on there. It probably is already on. It is already on there. I've done it.
Look, I did it one time. All right. We've all gone a bit mad in lockdown. All right.
WhatsApp group somewhere of some bloke actually literally just giving up one of them and just going fucking boom. Shit, just
going to bang to be a bloke because a woman would be fucking stupid enough to do that. Esther, have you got any analogies? Have you got any analogies that piss you off or?
No. Well, I said one, didn't I? Which is why I'm taking Danny's comments really personally.
Exactly. Danny called me a prostitute earlier on. Is that worse? I don't know.
I don't know.
Today. Explain it to the viewers what actually did happen.
I tell you what happened, Danny. You came on and you just called her a whore, and I'm like, that's a bit much.
And you're outnumbered, Danny. So wind your neck.
Against your
Amy will be watching this, and she'll be in the room in a minute, taking you off screen, and she'll be joining us.
Do you know what? Amy wanted to come on the show tonight. She was like, "Oh, you're a person show. Oh, I could come on."
Oh, bless her. She'd have been so much more fun than you. If you're watching at home, please share the link. I'm going to go on to one of my subjects. Now, this is quite a big bugbear of mine. And now I'm not talking about unisex toilets. I'm just going to say it, right? I'm not talking about trans and stuff like that. I'm talking about when you go into somewhere and they have toilets for men and women. Now, as a woman, this is fucking disgusting because women have to sit down to piss. Men don't. So when men go to the toilet, they don't give a fuck where their piss goes. And then women have got to come into a unisex toilet and there's piss everywhere and we have to wipe the seats down.
Why do they piss everywhere?
Eh?
Why is there always piss everywhere? Why can't they piss in the toilet?
Right, okay, I can answer this for you.
Why does Danny piss everywhere? What's Danny's problem?
The only time my Willie's just lost control is on a morning when we have morning glory, and your Willie's like this, and you're trying to fucking control it. Do you know what I mean? But in my defence, it does happen to every bloke. But I do wipe. I obviously make sure it's all wiped down. I use they should actually have more antibacterial things. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Keris, with regards to the unisex toilet. I don't agree with it.
Because there's a comedy club with unisex toilets. Yeah.
Is there really? Which one? Oh, should we?
It's hot water comedy. It's hot water.
It's hot water unisex.
Yeah, in the old venue used to have, when they would like change it all over, Seal Street had unisex toilets, and it was awful because as much as obviously the bar's really busy and stuff, you can't have people cleaning and stuff, and you got to think people on a night out pissed out their face don't give a fuck about what they're doing in the toilets. And you could see the men going in and out, and then the women were queuing like in between the men, and the women would go in the, and then you're like, I'd rather stick pins in my eyes than piss in this unisex toilet.
I'd rather shit in my hands and clap than go in there.
So you'll have to shit in their hands and clap. That's
what she did. Can't use to stick your testicles in a bucket load of scorpions from, though, can you? I love it when you stick those two out. That's very good. Well done.
And we're saying this, it's not just men. Esther, I've lost count of the amount of other women's piss I've had to wipe off a toilet seat before I could use it.
Yeah, and a lot of sanitary stuff.
Where was I? I was in a hotel recently, about a few months ago, and I had to go down to reception. I was like, hiya. There's a bit of period blood on the toilet. It's like dribbled all the way down, and he looked at me as if to say, yeah, well, obviously it's yours. And I'm like, I can see what you're thinking, darling, but that ship fucking sailed about 5 years ago. I got no blood coming out of this body. All my eggs are dead. Somebody else has had a fucking period. You haven't cleaned it up properly. Can you go and send somebody up there? Thank you very much.
And did you show him the evidence? Doesn't happen to you anymore.
I didn't. I couldn't really prove that. He could see after I kicked off at him that I was very menopausal. I did actually take a photo of the blood to show him, and I was like, not my colour. It's not my colour. Anyway, we're going to go on. We're going to go on. Esther, one of yours. If you're watching at home, please share the link. You can join in live as well. Tell us what gets on your tits. There's been unisex toilets in Durham for years because the women don't care which ones they use. Oh, really?
Unisex toilet things. I tell you why I don't like it, because when you say you've got these blokes who say, well, I identify as a woman. How do you know there could be a fucking pair there? Do you know what I mean? And just walk in, fucking just
we're treading on
women and stuff.
We're treading on very, very dodgy ground. But yeah, you go with that. I mean, it's the same in prisons, isn't it? The ones that identify as women, the men that are put into the women's prison. Anyway, if you're watching live, please share the links and get more views. You can also donate. You can also join in live. Please tell us what gets on your nerves. Esther, we're going to go back to you. Posh banter, mate. Posh banter. What's up with that?
Oh, I just can't be doing with it. I can't. It's when you're like on the train and there's like a load of posh people, or you're at a gig and there's loads of posh people and they just don't. And the way they banter, it just it's that thing of like, I'm just going to insult you. But I'll just do it like this. And oh my God, you're like total dickhead, mate. And I'm just like, I can't handle it. I was stuck on a flight next to the guy that's married. What's her name? Pippa Middleton. Not Pippa Middleton. Is that the sister? Yeah, Pippa Middleton. So just before he got married, I think they were just dating, and him and his mates were all on a party like flight going to Ibiza, and literally I was just like, oh my God, I want to literally claw every single one of your fucking faces off.
Absolutely.
And they would not leave me alone for a minute. They're like, so what do you do? Like, what's your job? I said, oh, I'm a teacher in East London. They're like, oh, well done, good for you. You probably won't get like our type of banter because we just insult each other. That's what we do. But like, I'm sure you wouldn't get it. I'm like, no. As an Essex girl, I wouldn't fucking get taking the piss out of people. No,
yeah, but their banter's probably who's got a Rolex or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, fuck off.
I know.
So posh people, we don't like posh. I will just tell you, I had to interview Jack Whitehall once at the Comedy Awards quite a few years ago, and he just kept saying, "I'm really sorry, I can't understand the word you're saying."
He never.
Like, you're rough as fuck. And everything I asked him, I was like, "Oh, this is hilarious, mate." But here's the question. He's like, "Honestly, I don't know what this oik's saying to me." And I was like,
"I would have been proud of that, Karen. Good for you, girl." Do you know what I mean?
What's wrong with them? These people are so much better than everyone else.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, and I want to put them all in a fucking working men's club in Hartlepool, right? And I say to them, I dare you to go to the bar and ask for a glass of champagne, see what fucking happens, roles reversed. You know what I mean? And the thing is, well, I hate those people, you know, when you're on the tube in London. I mean, this is a northerner being in London, right? And you get these guys and they're like, oh, yeah, Steve. Yeah. Hi, Steve. Yeah. Did you get my email? Yeah, well, I did speak to Chlamydia, and she said that the email didn't come through. So, all right, mate, you're working a job that involves sending emails. Just fuck off. Do you know what I mean? The whole fucking parish doesn't need to know about it.
I like this. I watch things like Made in Chelsea and things like that, and there's certain people on there that if they come on to, there's two people on there. If they come onto screen, I have to fast forward through it because I can't. And is it Mark Anthony and Victoria? I just can't.
So you know, Spencer, was it Spencer in Made in Chelsea? So yeah, it's his brother that married Pippa Middleton. So he was on, the flight with me, and he was like, "Oh, my brother, he's just in this like, I don't know, this like show. Let me just show you a lot of photos of him in this show." And I was like, I honestly don't care about you, your holiday.
I proposed.
Coke nose. I'm not interested.
I met Spencer once with the producer of Made in Chelsea, and I was like, "You should have a comedy night on there." And then I thought, no, because it'd just be that they'd put up a few working class comics, and they'd be studying the audience, going, "I don't know what they talk like." But when
some of them do stand up comedy, don't they?
Huh?
Some of them do stand up comedy.
Oh yeah, Jamie tried it, didn't he? Jamie. Oh yeah, and what's Francis?
Oh, fuck, is there any clips on YouTube? I'd love to see it.
They took a show to Edinburgh. They've been up Edinburgh the last couple of years.
Have they really?
They sold out the Pleasance.
Yeah. So exactly, none of us can get a venue, but obviously, if you're Made in Chelsea and you not really a comedian by trade, you're heir to a fucking McVitie's biscuit fortune, then fuck it, you can have a venue.
I've got nothing against rich people, right, or toffs or anything like that. Good for them. It's how they've been brought up, right? But what I don't like is the fact that people who are up their own ass and they've never worked a day in their life, and fucking mummy and daddy have paid for everything, and then they look down on people like us who will fucking work our bollocks off to earn our money. Do you know what I mean?
This is my favourite thing, right? I always try and teach Cal this, and I was saying this the other day. So we're talking about reality. I fucking love reality TV, and I love seeing how things turn out for people afterwards. So you've got to look at your brethren, Danny from Newcastle way, the Geordie Shore guys and gals. Charlotte, have you ever watched it?
No, I've got no interest.
Charlotte, just famous for drinking, shagging, and pissing the bed, drives around in a Bentley cabriolet worth £168,000. Now, all she did, as we say in the East End, all she did was fuck people and piss the bed. And this girl is now minted. Now, I was like, where were these shows when I was younger and doing that?
See, I have sex, I drink alcohol, but I don't piss the bed. That's where I'm going fucking wrong. Do you know what I mean?
You'd be driving around £168,000 car.
Exactly.
I'm shitting in my hands and clapping. I ain't getting no fucking money. Where's my money?
Your face don't fit. It's good. Right, we're gonna move on. We've only got about 5 minutes left. So if you've got any questions, please send them in, and Jim will put them up on the screen for us. You can also share the link and get more viewers for us, and donate if you have any money. Danny, you've got a fake tan down here, my love. What's wrong with fake tan, my little darling?
Right. I think. Right. First of all, I think women look beautiful when they put fake tan on. Right. I just don't like the process of it, right? Because Matt, come on, I'm right on this one, aren't I? Yes. Come on. I don't like the process of it, right? Because my missus, you put a fake tan on, right? And I am not allowed to touch her for a fucking day and a half because she is putting her fake tan on. And she is walking around the house like a fucking zombie. She's like this with her fake tan on. Do you know what I mean? And if I go to touch her, or even if I bump into her, I feel like I'm going to get right hooked. I feel like she's going to break me jaw if I go anywhere near. Actually, that would be a very good thing for social distancing. Do you know what I mean? Boris should come on and say, I recommend we should all wear fake tan, especially ladies, because what it will do is it will make sure that nobody goes anywhere near them. And if they do, they will get a massive smack in the mouth and they will not catch COVID-19. So that could actually work for social distancing. It does have its plus points, but at the same time, I'm just like, Come on, babe.
You
look women, you look beautiful anyway. You don't need it. However, it does enhance looks.
What about sheets and towels around the old house once Amy's done the old fake tan?
Oh, well, when we laid in bed, like she'll have her hat.
Rachel, that's a fucking brilliant. That's so fucking good. Rachel Gardner. That is the best line ever.
I do get that, right? But yeah, but she's got to, she has towels down. And like, I'll be watching Netflix and like, I'm at the edge of the bed. I daren't fucking go near the towels, never mind hair. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's borderline bullying, if I'm honest with you, when my missus puts fake tan on.
Now, I got a weird thing. I don't use a lot of fake tan because obviously I've got time to go out in the garden, especially now we're on lockdown. But when I have done, I always start to sweat within about an hour of putting it on.
And then it stinks.
I get really hot for some reason. Always when I got, you have to be very careful about what brands you use. Fake tan murders white clothes. Esther, are you a fake tan lover or are you a sunshine worshipper?
Well, I'm quite lucky in that I've got, see, but if Boris did use fake tan, that is what he'd look like. That is Boris with fake tan.
It is. It is.
I'm quite lucky in that I'm quite olive skinned anyway. So I don't, but I have fake tanned and it is a bit of a process. I'll give Dan that because my husband, who is obviously very, very oppressed and downtrodden and mistreated anyway, is just there going, can I have a towel? And I'm like, would you fuck off?
I like this because anybody that knows me knows that during the first few days of lockdown, I did actually experiment with fake tan, of which I'm gonna probably show you right now.
Wow. You know, I gotta say, Gareth, you look very, very beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Very, really nice. My type of woman. Very beautiful.
So it worked out quite well. Enhanced all my good.
No.
You know, when you've been tangoed. But obviously I did it as a joke. I knew it was going to be like that. But it did stay.
You look like someone's cheese grated your face.
Yeah,
it stayed for quite some days, which was good that I didn't have to go out shopping. You can check that out on my Insta or my Facebook if you like. We're going to do one more topic. Oh, hello. This is a good one for me. I've been doing this recently. If you're watching, please share the link. We've only got a couple more minutes left. Danny, how people take tablets.
Right. Yeah, it does, because I know some people who take paracetamols, right? And what they do when they take it, so what they'll do is they'll have the tablet, they'll take the tablet, they'll have the drink, and then they tip their head back. Like, it's going to fucking make it go down any quicker. Do you know what I mean? It just makes no sense at all. I'm like, what are you doing? Just take the tablet and just drink and it's going to go down. Do you know what I mean? Tilting your head back's not going to do anything. It's like when people play on their Xbox, you know, and instead of like moving the analog to one side, they do this as well. Like, it's not going to do anything. What are you doing? You know what I mean? It just pisses me off. Just don't do that, please, Pete. Just take your tablets. Don't fucking...
See, I don't know whether this...
And then you need to take more paracetamols.
I don't know whether this is an age thing, because I used to be fine at taking tablets. But like, we're used to you mash up paracetamol with a bit of sugar, whatever. But I've never really had a problem with taking tablets. And I've had shingles in the last couple of weeks, and I had massive antiviral tablets to take. And for the first couple, I tried to swallow them whole, couldn't. I was thrown up. So I chopped them in half. And then because I'd thrown up on the first two, it's then psychologically in my head. And I swear it was, I can't even speak about it now because I can't. It's thick. I can't even speak. I mean, my eyes are watering. Esther, can you take tablets?
I can just take tablets like a normal person. Sorry, guys. I don't have to put it in the back of the throat. I can just take a tablet.
My granddad used to chew them. He used paracetamols, right? Proper old school. My granddad, fucking hard as nails. He used to put it in his mouth and just chew them. And
that's a status thing. He's trying to make himself the head of the family. He's like, look at me, I'm just chewing.
That's all it took. Chew paracetamols and you were head of the family, right? And he used to say to me, it gets through your system quicker. I'm like, I'm not sure whether it does.
Oh God, that must be like chewing perfume.
Anyway, we're going to wind it up. I think we've suitably covered a lot of topics today, and maybe because I can't. Because if I heave,
big tablets, Karis.
If I pretend to heave, I piss as well. So it's a whole.
Oh my God, so do I. Permanently internal ladies. You'd think all the pubes would. You think my vast amount of pubes would soak up the urine? No.
That's one thing. Going back to that, if they had a use, then it wouldn't matter. No,
I know.
There and let everything fucking flow through. Anyway, if you watch this, please share the link so we get more viewers. And you can share it. That would be lovely. And you can also donate if you can. We've had the fantastic Esther Manito with us. Esther, have you got anything to promote?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing Pictionary, which is interactive, on jokepit.com from next Wednesday. But also just follow me on my socials.
Excellent. And Danny, the fabulous Danny Postdale. Danny,
yeah, you can follow me page, Danny Postal Impressionist. I'm doing a show with Bobby Davro on Wednesday. It's £5 a ticket, 8 p.m. And obviously it's like this. You can just ask us whatever questions you want and do some impressions. We'll have a laugh. So that's Wednesday, and then on the Sunday I'm doing a quiz with Stephanie Aird, but that will be more information will be out. And I'm on Twitter at Postal Danny, and I can't remember my Instagram name.
Ivan Keris Nelms. I've got lots of stuff going on. Go on to me socials. I've got loads of stuff with Joke Pit and Comedy Hotspot on here, so just check us all out. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Esther. Thank you to Danny. We're gonna go. Let's get my go.